Chat, there is nothing better in life right now than sports, right? The story behind the Olympics was absolutely fascinating. Team USA, they came out, they showed out in a big way, and we're just going to wrap it up. We're about a week removed from the Olympics, and boy, did it not disappoint. It did not disappoint. I was happy with every single storyline that was presented, from the women getting 61% of the total medal count for the United States, for USA to come in second place in medal count behind Sweden. There were just so many good things about this Olympics this year, and I'm glad that I tuned into it, right? I happened to be in Disneyland one day. I happened to be flipping through the channels, and it was day two of the Olympics, and I turned it on. I hadn't checked out the Winter Olympics until this year, and boy, just know I am tapped into every single Olympic event that goes on from here on out. The competition, the rivalries, everything that they had going on was absolutely insane. And we have to start with our Team USA hockey team. Both the men and women routed Canada. Hockey now runs through the United States of America. This isn't 1980, guys. This isn't the miracle on ice, the miracle goal. This is 2026, and Team USA beat Canada. Both the men and women's hockey team beat Canada. And we're going to go over our favorite moments from the Olympics. We're going to start with our American hero, Jack Hughes. Our American hero, Jack Hughes. We're also going to touch on Connor, but Jack Hughes got the job done. Missing teeth, bloody mouth. He put it all out on the line for the United States of America. He would score the game-winning goal in overtime, and this would be the play that would win it all for the United States. Coming across, scores the goal. Look at the heartbreak in that Canadian team as they saw that the United States had beat them. Oh my God, that moment gives me chills every single time I watch it. United States was on the break. The Canada made several mistakes on this play, but you know what Americans did? They did not crumble. They did not fold. Let's watch it one more time as U.S. is on a break. Canada overcommits. He passes it across the middle. It's a 3-on-2, and the United States hits the game-winning goal against that Canadian team. And not only did our Team USA men's get the job done, they would also get the job done for our Team USA women's team. And that game was stressful in itself, as our women had gone down 0-1 to this Team USA, and they would find it deep inside themselves to make sure that they got the job done. Right, they would make sure that they got the job done. There was 2 minutes left in the game, and what did the United States do? They pulled the goal. They said, we're going to put it all on the line. And what other person to hit the shot to tie the game up other than Hillary Knight? As you know, she was tied for the most Olympic goals by a women's Olympic athlete, and oh man, she just showed out in a huge way, for this Team USA women's team. Let me pull it up now. Here it is, chat. Team USA passing the ball around. They're in crunch time, and Hillary Knight comes in the clutch. Hillary Knight would score the game time goal to send this Team USA into overtime against Canada. And the rest is history. The Team USA women's would get it done. There are so many good storylines. Being from Cleveland, being from Ohio, we all know that Layla Edwards from Cleveland herself made it to the Olympics. She would be the first African American woman to win a gold medal in women's hockey history. And shout out to the Kelsey brothers for helping support and making sure that the Edwards family could go out there and see their daughter and granddaughter make history. Layla Edwards, she would get an assist on this goal, and the women's would get the job done going into that last overtime match. And speaking of our women just showed out in so many different ways. There are so many good storylines along the Edwards along the same lines as Layla Edwards and what the women were able to accomplish. Next up, we got Elena Taylor. And Elena Taylor, she is a 3-time world champion in the competition that she was in. She was in the monobob, and she had 5 medals in 3 appearances for Team USA, but she had never reached the pinnacle of getting that Olympic gold. And what she did to secure that gold medal was actually insane. She is 41 years old. She is one of those individuals who instills belief into the young children of never give up, never quit, and always get the job done. In her final run, on her last run for the monobob, she put up a crazy performance to make sure that she can be able to secure that gold for Team USA in this competition. And you can just see the excitement and joy on her face as she finishes this lap, as she gets out of the sled and she realizes the time that she put up. The run was absolutely flawless. She barely touched the edge. She was at a fantastic speed, and she knows that she just got the job done. Look at her teammates. She's so excited. They're so elated. And she gets out of that sled knowing that she has a chance to get the gold medal. She would actually get it after the other competitors had finished up. And you can see the excitement on her face. That was her best run that she had put up so far in any of the Olympics, any of the World Championships. And it just brings me chills thinking about all of the different things that were accomplished in the Olympics for United States. That wasn't the only history made of her winning a gold medal at 41. That was not the only history made of Layla Edwards being the first African American woman to win gold in women's U.S. hockey. There was another record that was broken. Team USA had never won a mixed doubles curling medal, and Corey would be the first ones to do it. That was where my original watch time came from the Olympics. Watching Corey in the mixed doubles competition, watching their accuracy, watching what they did on the curling ice with these fantastic shots. As you see, this man hit 1, 2, and 3 curls to clear the slate for America. They would show it again in this different angle. Look at the accuracy. Look at the time and effort put in to perfecting your craft and getting the job done. It just watching the Olympics really was something special this year. I enjoyed every single moment of it. And I know I hadn't touched on Connor with his 42 saves for Team USA. He would get the Medal of Freedom from the president himself, as he put on a insane performance throughout the Olympics today. He would end his Olympic run with the highest goal saving percentage of any of the Olympics that had ever taken place. It's just fascinating, right? It's just fascinating. Like, as an NHL player, how do you go back to work on Wednesday or Thursday after you just won the gold? You just beat your arch rival Canada in their so-called best sport. And man, everything about this Olympics was just jaw-dropping. Absolutely jaw-dropping. We know about the different storylines and the different things that happen with the quad god and him not being able to get the job done. But he is still young. He still has a lot of time ahead of him to make sure that he can compete in the Olympics in further time. So next we're going to get into Jordan Stoltz. And Jordan Stoltz, he is a speed skater. If you watched the last video, I touched on him briefly, but I'm going to show another one of his clips, because this man not only won gold, but he was able to set an Olympic record at 33.37 seconds in the 500 meter speed skating race. He was hauling his tail off against this race. It would be him and this another individual in basically a head-to-head match in the 500, the 1,000, and 1,500 meter. Jordan would get the best of him in the 500 and 1,000 to win gold, but he would get silver in the 1,500s. And Jordan Stoltz knows what he just did for Team USA. The other individual, he is heartbroken, but guess what? America, free bird. America wants to take the gold in every single event, no matter what the competition is across from them. And Jordan Stoltz, he would set the record in the 500. He would get another gold medal in the 1,000 and then get silver in the 1,500s. And we got 2 more stories to touch upon. Elizabeth Lemley. Remember that name. She made her Olympic debut in this past Olympics, and she would walk away with 2 medals. If I'm not mistaken, she walked away with gold in the women's moguls and then another silver in the team event. And she is one of those individuals who, even though they're young, they know, they just have that it factor, and they really know how to compete at the highest level. They really know how to compete at the highest level. This will be her run in the women's mogul as her debut. She's coming down the mountain. She is bending her knees. The form is absolutely perfect. And as she's coming down this mountain, I wonder what is going through the head, knowing that I just put up one of the best times to win this gold medal, right? It's absolutely jaw dropping, and I hadn't seen this event prior to this event being on, but I had to tune into every single event. I had to do my research. I had to understand what these individuals were capable of, and I will be tapping into more of sports outside of just basketball and football, right? Because there's so many different things to learn. There's so many different events that are life altering for all of these different individuals. And if America competes in the sport, they will be number one in that sport no matter what happens. If we set our minds to it, if we set our goals to make sure that we are at the top of the scale of every single event, we can do it. Right, there are so many different events within the Olympics that that weren't shown. But next, we're going to get into Alex Ferreira and his half pipe score. This individual would win gold in his event, and you can see the excitement on his face when he gets that score from the scores table. Just look at the joy and the happiness that it brings for these individuals to compete at the highest level. Right, this is the level of competition that is not seen in anywhere else. Nowhere else in the world do we see competition levels this high as we do during the Olympics. There were so many other things that happened in the Olympics that we're not going to get into. Our team mixed aerials and freestyle skating, they won gold. We had Alyssa Lynn. She would win gold in the women's single freestyle skating. There's just so many eye-opening events and so many things that change the trajectory of our Team USA. I'm glad I got to be a part of it. I'm glad I got to witness it. I hope you guys got to witness it. If not, you just sat with me during the best moments of the Olympics. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.